Oh. Hey guys, welcome to my very first Wanting to Live vlog. My webcam decided it wanted to freeze up. Anyways, this is recapping today's Wanting to Live episode for October 4th, 2010. Episode that I would like to call The Suspense is Killing Me. Like seriously, it is really killing me with Sean and Todd today coming this close. You see this close to figuring out that Taya is very alive. Well, she looks kind of sick, but she is alive. Okay, first, on the end of Friday's episode, Taya calls Todd from the nurse's phone, and they're talking. She's like, Todd, and he's like, Taya, and then she's like, no, like not saying anything. And then the stupid nurse comes in and she takes the phone, and I'm like, oh! And Todd is like, it's Taya, it's Taya, it's Taya. And Blair's like, Taya's dead. And so it's like, no, Blair, Taya is alive. I seen her. And anyway, and then Sean, he's at the where are they at? Roadies. He was at Roadies with Destiny, and they were talking about Greg and how weird he's been acting lately, and how John wanted to question him or whatever. And so Sean's like, I will go to, was it Cherry Hill, and talk to Greg. So he goes up there, and he talks to the stupid nurse, who is like, stupid nurse is like, Greg's not here, but his patient is in there, but he couldn't go in and see the patient. And Taya's like, help me, somebody help me. And Sean doesn't hear, or did he already leave? I don't know. Because that was kind of confusing because she was like yelling, help me. And then Sean ends up back at Rhodey's, and Taya's like still yelling, help me. Like, did he not hear? I don't know. Oh yeah. Sean was about to go in and investigate himself, but then he gets a call from Price, that really sexy, tall, dark cop who hangs out with John. Ooh, he's so sexy. Anyway, I'm like, oh, everything is so connected. It's like really hard to determine what to talk about first. Anyways, so at the end of Friday's episode, John goes to that hospice where Greg and Eli were at, and he busts in the room, and you think he's gonna catch Eli and Greg. Of course not. Instead, he finds a pass out Greg because obviously Eli won the struggle over the poison, and Greg is like half dead, so they had to call a doc for the doc. And and so Price, um Sean calls Greg, and Price answers the phone and he tells him what happens. And so Sean has to go back to Rhodey's and tell Destiny what happened. And so it's this big old mess. And the nurse down there confirmed that Eli was Greg's patient down there via picture by John, who happened just to carry a professional picture of Eli in his pocket. Real interesting. So, anyway, back to Todd. He calls the nurse's phone back, and the nurse is like, oh, I must have dialed the wrong number. And he's like, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my wife. And then she just hangs up on him. And I'm like, stupid nurse. Todd is going to find you. And when he finds you, he's going to make you talk. Okay? You're going to tell him where his woman is. Okay? And so, my fear is that Eli, I don't read spoilers that much anymore. I try not to. I like to be surprised. So, but my guess is that Eli makes it to Taya's room because Greg basically told him that Taya's alive. He's going to get there and he's going to hide Taya or do something to that poor woman. Oh, so sad. Oh, poor Taya, my poor girl. I'm just so sad about that. And I just want Taya and Todd to get back together. And it's just killing me to see them hurt and everybody hurt. But when you think about it, it's actually a really good soap drama. It's like this old suspense, like, oh my gosh, I just have to watch every episode. Suspense going on, and that's what One Life to Live is doing with this whole Taya thing. Though it's really getting on my nerves, and I'm pretty sure everybody else's nerves, but still, I have to appreciate the good soap drama. All right, back to Todd's house where Danny is about to go off with Ross to Tahiti, which actually doesn't look like it's actually going to happen because Nate shows up at the house and he distracts the police while James Spider-Man Spider-Mans himself up to Danny's window, where Star and Danny are talking about her not wanting to go away to Tahiti. She wants to stay close to her family and her friends and her love, Nate. And Star sees him in the window and she's like, "How do you know I was gonna be here? Why are you following me?" Star, he's not following you. He's there to kidnap Danny, but actually Danny is gonna go by um on her free will. So James comes in and he tells her about the whole thing about how he's gonna take her away and they're gonna hide her so she can't go away with Ross. And so Nate can't get in to say goodbye to Danny because the cops won't let him in, and he bangs on the door, and Blair comes and answers and says that that's Danny's boyfriend. He needs to say goodbye, and he doesn't want the cops won't let Nate in without them being with him. And Blair's like, well, let me call Bo, your boss, and so they're like, okay. So Nate goes upstairs, and so they're all talking about getting Danny out of harm, get away from Psycho Ross, which is actually, when you think about it, he's not as psycho as Eli. I don't think anybody's as psycho as Eli right about now. He's making Todd look like a saint too right about now. So Danny agrees, and so she and James Spider-Man their way out of the house. As Ross comes in to get Danny, Star comes down, and she's like, "How can you take my sister away from me? How can you take my daughter's only aunts away?" And all sort of stuff. She's being all dramatic and all sad and stuff. Doing a really good job of convincing them that she has nothing to do with them leaving. And so Ross gets really tired of it. After Star leaves, he gets really tired of Danny not coming downstairs and talking to Blair. That he goes up and sees that Danny is all gone. And then at the end, we see her with James and Star. They're back at James's place. So I'm wondering what exactly they're gonna do with Danny when Ford gets home. I'm not sure if he's going to like helping Danny hide, but who knows? Maybe Nate has a special place for them to hang out. Shouldn't really be too into them. They're little high schoolers. But anyways, I really do like date as I call them, Danny and Nate. I really like them together. So hopefully Ross and Eli will be over soon, and then they can not be on the run together or whatever, like James and Star. So this is really good because this storyline is also not only bringing Danny and Nate close together and kind of pushing Ross out of the picture, but it's also bringing Star and James together, which I really like them together. That what else happened in this episode? Miss Kim Zimmer comes back to One Night to Live. She came in at the end of Friday's episode, but today she actually was on with Vicky and Charles, or I actually like to call him Chuckles. Sounds like a dog name. Anyways, and she reveals that she and Chuckles had a little past together. And then I wasn't watching back when Kim was on as Echo. I think the last name I'm not sure of now, but anyways, we're just gonna call her Echo, which is really weird. Anyway, so I learned that Vicky and Echo have a past together, and Echo seems to have the same taste in men as Vicky, and they had this really cool flashback of them back in the day, and they still look the same except for different hairstyles, which is pretty funny. Actually, Kim looks a lot younger in today's episode than she did in that flashback. Looks like probably the 80s. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm pretty interested in the storyline. I'm not exactly sure how I do. I like Echo or do I not like Echo? I don't know if I'm Team Echo or Team Vicky because you know I'm not sure. I don't really know much about the Echo character, but so far I like it, and I like the fact that it looks like Echo and Vicky are gonna have like a square off against Charlie or Chuckles. So that sounds interesting. And then there's also the Clint factor. Like I'm sorry, I'm like reading my Twitter. And oh yeah, she had this thing with Clint back in the day, so I'm not sure if she's gonna want Clint back or if she wants Charlie. So mm. Apparently she googled Charlie and found out that he was married to Vicky. And Landview, so that's the whole reason why she came back to Landview. I don't know what she wants. So, well, I guess we'll see what she wants. I guess she pretty much wants Charlie since she came to see Charlie. I don't know. We'll see how this thing goes. I'm not exactly sure. I'm interested, but I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I mean, Frank and Ron just signed signing new contracts, 2-year contracts, and Once Liv is going to be around for 2 more years. So that's pretty good. So I guess we'll have a we'll see how exactly this is all going to go. Let's see. Has Eli drama. So I guess that's pretty much. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all that happened on Lawrence to Live today. Lawrence to Live doesn't have previews, which is really good. I guess. I used to hate it, but now I like that they don't have previews. But then I don't know what's coming on next episode, and so I'm excited to see. I'm always excited to see what's going to happen on Lawrence Living. The my TNT aren't together, but hopefully they will be soon. And I would like to see it another TNT baby. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, Lawrence Living. Just think about it, think about it, think about it. Okay, well that's all for today.